I just watched High School Musical for the first time ever. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh. Well, the one character is very showy, and she and her brother are in all the musicals, and that's how they start.
I
Oh,
think it's good for your voice.
yeah. I've never really tried it until just right now. But it did. Yeah, my vocal cords are all warm and ready for this Facebook Live with you, Wyatt.
And we're live. Woohoo!
Live, woohoo! I am just gonna pull this up here. Her brother in all the musicals. Hey there. Okay, great. Hi, everyone tuning in. We'll give y'all a moment or two to get here. I am live with the wonderful Wyatt White from Beadalon. Wyatt, thanks for coming on today.
My pleasure. We've had quite a morning, Sarah and I. If things can go wrong, and they do, and we're here, and we're only a couple of minutes late. How
We're
about
we're only a couple minutes late. And I don't know why. I gotta say one thing about like this bead industry is we are resilient AF. You know, we Rodrigo's in the
that?
background laughing at me.
Hey, Rodrigo.
That's Wyatt. We we play the weather. There he
There
is.
he is.
The man behind the scenes.
I love the purple. I
Oh,
love the purple.
Thank you very much.
purple team today.
It's a purple day. A couple of people in the back have the purple too.
All day long.
I guess I didn't get the memo. There's still time. It's early. Oh, my purple.
There's purple in the hair. There you go.
Oh, all right. Okay, you're right. Thanks, babe.
He's always right, right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, today he's always right. How about that?
Oh well, we'll give it to him for the hour or so. Oh man. Well, Wyatt, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the laughs. Like Wyatt was saying, we have had a little bit of a morning. Are the beads that have arrived to Wyatt are the new glass, the glimmer glass strands that just launched on the Jesse James site yesterday.
I
And
have to show him. I have
I'm
to
so
show him.
excited to get these in your hands. Yes, right. You are a pro with the technology these days.
I don't know about a pro, but I'm trying.
Well, you've grown leaps and bounds. I'm impressed.
This new
Thank you.
camera is fabulous because you can do like this.
Wow.
Shazam, huh? Look
Yeah.
at that, people.
Man, we should show off our new beads with you more often, Wyatt, because that camera really is fabulous.
Oh my gosh, I tell you, it's fantastic. Well, it helps to have something fantastic to take a picture of too. Look at this.
Oh, thank you.
There's-
Yeah, I am. So we do glass well at Jesse James Beads. It's one of my favorite things that we can put together because glass is so necessary for jewelry design. It's versatile. It adds shimmer. It can be filler. It can be focal. It's a very well-rounded product. So Wyatt does wonders with wire. We all know that. And these glass beads look so pretty when there's wire just twisted around them to kind of like set them and just set the tone for the jewelry design. So anyhow, we got these beads to Wyatt this morning. And already Wyatt has cooked up a few designs. I'm going to spotlight your screen real quick so that we can see the designs that you've worked up, and then just let us know where we're going with this today.
Yeah. So what I did is I just grabbed some memory wire. This is an oval memory wire in gold, and I put it with the yellow stuff. And
Wow.
sorry, the yellow stuff. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. The eternal sunshine. That's what it is. How rude.
We're going to rename it on the website to the yellow stuff.
This is the eternal sunshine, some of the beads. And what I did is I just found my center portion and I wrapped the first bead. I just went over it, and I'll show you how I did this in just a few minutes. And then I did a little spiral around the beautiful this shape. And then around the next one, and then I just pulled the wire right over to move on to the next one, and then did that there.
Oh, I love it.
The curvature of the memory wire it holds in place. Shazam.
Oh.
And then I put the cubes down here, bent the memory wire back, and just pushed a friction. I just pushed it so that the friction holds that big bead on. Now, I would go back and glue these if that's what how I was going to keep the bracelet finished. Because you need to have a little bit of glue in there to be able to hold it in.
I was wondering.
The friction will hold pretty good, but if you push too much, you can crack the bead, so you don't want to do that.
Definitely not.
And then this other one, I made loops, so in the memory wire, which I'll show you how to do that too a little bit later, so that the loops can hold the beads in place so you don't have to put beads all the way around. Should you want to put beads all the way around, you can still do that. You just have to add some more beads on before you put the ends. And then I put these big ends on because you need some counterbalance to keep the bracelet from spinning around the wrong way. And if it does spin the wrong way, well, then look what you have.
Yeah, I like that. That's
Shazam.
Uh-huh.
And of course, it looks a little smaller because it's going to have to open up to go around your wrist. So those were the two things I got done. But I did have my sights on the red, of course, which is called Strawberry Picking. And I also liked, what was the other one that I said? Orange Citrus. Oh, the blue Raspberry. So these two are, this shape of bead just really has some serious interest for me for possibly earrings or something like that. But what I would like to do is I'm going to put these beads on the necklace. And this is our extra large necklace, and it's the super thick. It's actually a 1 millimeter thick memory wire. And because this is carbon steel, not stainless steel, it can be plated. And so that's why we have this beautiful rose gold color, which on my screen unfortunately looks a little copper, but
that is so cool. Why are these? So these are the new memory wire products from Beadalon?
well, yeah, they're not. Actually, they're not. I still call them new because we've had them for what, maybe 1.5, 2 years now.
Oh wow!
So it was pre-pandemic that we had this stuff in, and it's really good for heavy stuff. It's of course harder to cut. Always cut with memory wire cutters, never with anything else, because you'll ruin your cutter. All right, so I've just cut that at just at a distance, and I wasn't sure how much, but usually a full loop on an extra large one of those works just fine. Oh, this curve doesn't like. I've got a little bit of an angle on my workboard here, so maybe I need to put. How about one of these square beads? There we go. All right, so now all you have to do is figure out what you're going to do with your necklace or bracelet. So I'm just going to kind of have some fun here. We definitely need these beads down near the center.
Those ones. The opaque glass is so beautiful.
It sure is. So we'll put those there and put these in between here. And notice I'm designing with a single strand of these beads. So you don't have to actually buy anything else. Sarah and her team have already put all kinds of goodies in with this. So, you know, you can, I think I want to flank these two with these. And then you'll be able to see what it looks like here in just a second. The good thing about using memory wire too is you can load from both sides. So you can put your center bead on and then start testing. Now sometimes these beads, the larger beads, will have to open this up just a little bit, which can go to your advantage. Because see, as I turn this just slightly, I'm going to want this sort of vertical, and that pretty much stays in place. Now we're going to pop on these rondelles that are sparkly. Now, are these Chinese crystals?
They are.
They
Yep.
are very, very nice.
I know. They've really, and especially with the whole, shock of Swarovski leaving the industry, it's really nice to know that there still is like a lot of good sparkle out there, even
Right.
though we have the Swarovski name on it.
Right. We're gonna have to start calling it the company formerly known as, oh, we can't say.
I heard that. Like, come on. Whatever.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep going here. So look at that. Just even those 5 beads
So pretty.
on that wire looks really great. But we're gonna just keep going, kind of like that famous chef that we're gonna kick it up a notch. Just keep going.
Bam.
So just keep going. Now, we could be wrapping wire around this as well. And it just so happens that I do have some wire here. But you don't have to go all around everything. And let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so we like what we've done here. Let me get these beads out of the way so the camera's not trying to focus on those. And I just happen to have some 20 gauge gold-filled wire somewhere here. Not gold-filled, excuse me. Rose gold color. And, oh, there it is. Okay, so it's this is our Colorcraft wire, but you can use any you can use Colorcraft, you can use artistic, just whichever you happen to like. So you just make it nice and straight, and then I'm going to start on one end, and I'm just going to take a couple of wraps with this wire around the memory wire. And this could be, they could be open, they could be closed, just whatever. And then I'm going to just kind of take this wire, and just kind of accentuate this bead by spiraling up and back to the wire. You got to keep the bead in there, because as you're wrapping it, it wants to move it. The other beads have moved sort of out of the picture, and then this comes down around here. A couple of wraps. Can adjust it a little bit. Now that stayed in place, so I'm going to just come in and snip this. Bring these guys back down into place. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. So really what I've done is, this is 20 gauge wire that I've put around 1 millimeter memory wire. And we've already got what's looking like it's going to be a pretty cool necklace. Now you could do this on wire as well. It will certainly work exactly the same if you put it on stringing wire instead of, oops, this is not enough wire. Make sure you have enough wire, because you can't add on. You'd have to cut it off. So I'm going to cut a new piece, and I need to go in the sort of the same direction, but I'm not gonna do that, because I need to go the other direction here. So just take a wrap. If anybody has any questions, just make sure and let Sarah know, so we can get any questions that you have answered.
Wyatt, I gotta tell you, I am just loving what you're doing with the wire. You're a little off camera right now, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I like, this is, I feel like we think about wire as like the means of stringing the beads, but when it's like, I love it how it's just kind of like a little accessory to add some panache.
Right.
To
And
these.
without much skill necessary. I mean, you can just start wrapping these things, and if you don't like it, you just cut it off. It's kind of like your parents. Just cut it out.
Ay, ay, ay.
All right, so then we can just snip this guy out. Can't see in there. There we go. And the other one we wrapped nice and tight. Let's check.
Wyatt, you've got your fans here on the comments. We
Oh,
have,
yeah? Who's here?
yes, oh my gosh, Miss Debbie Gibson Kearns. And she's so excited to see you and said that she misses you. Hey, Debbie. And Motorcrafts wants to know what light are you using?
Oh, I'm just using a it's here, I can pull this one down. No, you can't see that one. Let me switch my camera and I can show you. It's a double light, and it's two, I think they're 10-inch rings, and they're just like the greatest thing ever. Let me measure this guy. Actually, it's a 7-inch ring on outside. Okay, so I have to flip this camera off, turn this one on, and then I can show you. So it's just a circle ring, and I have my new camera set inside of it. So this one will pull down, and then I still have the other light from here that I can do. And this particular setup, I got, of course, on the big A, and it also has a camera mount in it. So there's 3 arms, and it's set on a really nice podium, and I love this thing. It's got like 20 different settings for the lights. It's just like the best thing ever.
I love that. And that's really, thanks for asking, Motorcrafts. And I just love that we can that makes that we can all do like video and pictures, and it makes it very accessible to everyone.
It really does. The only thing with this is it can get in really tight. You have to hold absolutely still. So all right, so we're back here. I've cut those pieces off. Now you could put more stuff on if you'd like, or not. I think I'm gonna not on this one, so I can show you what I've done on some of the ends. This bead is not gonna allow me to do that. Oh, actually it's the wire that's bigger. That's okay. We can do something else here. All right, so because my beads are a little off center here, I'm going to go back and cut this just a little bit more, and make sure and hold on to those, because you don't want those things to go flying away. Not good. All right, so I'm going to grab something from, I need a bigger hole bead here to finish this baby off. Or a longer bead. Ooh, there's one. Ooh, there's 2 of them. Great. All right, so I'm going to use this. Now, this is a pretty tight fit, but what you can do for a tight fit is just put a little bit of an angle on this. I need a plier. So I'm just going to take a round nose plier and, oops, and make just a little bit of a bend. Just enough to where you can snug this on there, and the pressure will hold it. Okay? Not a big one, but just enough so that that will hold on, and then you can get your glue down in there, and then you don't have to worry about it. So again, I just take this, and I look straight down the nose of my pliers like that, so you can see exactly what you're doing. I mean, here I'm not looking down at the nose. I have to put it in the camera to see down the nose, but not quite.
Wyatt, I have a question.
Certainly.
Is there a reason for using the round nose pliers as opposed to your flat nose pliers for bending, for doing this little memory wire bend?
You could use just about anything. I find that I tend to under bend when I'm using the round nose pliers, and when I'm using the flat or the chain nose pliers, I tend to overbend.
Okay.
And I don't want to overbend this, and I know myself, and what I do is I normally overbend, as I said, with the other pliers. I don't understand why, but you know, ours is not to question why. All right, so there, now we have another finished piece.
Wow, I love it.
And then that, you know, that could be the necklace, or you could flip it around and the bottom part could be the necklace, and this could be back getting tangled in your hair. Unless you have short hair, then it would be perfect.
Or if you're wearing your hair up, I love it when there's like a fancy class or like something extra in the back to just make you go, ooh.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to hang something off this, I've never tried it with this 1mm stuff, but with the right plier, I think I can form a ring into that. All right, so never ever do you want to use this up near the top, because this little pin is only 2mm and it will break off. So what you're going to do is you're going to go there and you're going to go in this direction. You're going to roll this around just like so. And I need to come, oops, over the top of this and just keep going until I have that at about the same angle. Oops. See, and I've just put a loop in my memory wire. So now I can add on to that any kind of a dangle for down the back. You could also put like a chain link back there to make sure that it doesn't fall off. And then add some pretty stuff near the back. The only thing that's a little bit difficult with this, and normally I would put this loop in advance before I put the ends on so that I can adjust if I need to, because it's hard to be able to take this and put that in the right place over here. And
yeah, show us that loop one more time, even if it doesn't end up in the right spot.
Okay. You just got to kind of judge. I'm going to judge about right there.
Okay.
Then roll this over.
Huh.
And keep going. Just like that. Yeah, it's a little off. But that's how memory wire is. So you want to practice this a little bit, or you could make marks on where you're going to grasp with this tool and then turn, and that would keep it. You know, get it certainly more exact.
Smart. Yeah, you could get the ruler out to measure where you want it to be.
Right.
Oh my God, Wanda Hansen says that she bows to the mastery of Wyatt Wire. Don't we all, Wanda?
When people start out, and memory wire is usually one of the first things that people will do. Let me switch cameras real quick. So memory wire is usually the first thing that you're going to make stuff with, or at least maybe a stringing thing or something like that. But memory wire is so easy. Number one, you don't have to have other findings. You don't have to learn how to crimp right away. You do need to have a couple of pliers, cutters. So you definitely have to have memory wire cutters, absolutely, without a doubt. If you try to use a regular cutter, you're either going to break the cutters or you're going to have a hole where this hard material did not cut. So you absolutely must have a memory wire cutter, which aren't very expensive. That's the good part about memory wire cutters. They're not that expensive. They do wear out if you start making a couple just for fun, and then you get into, now you're making 20 or 30 as you're using it, because it's what's called a bypass cutter. Let me switch cameras. So a bypass cutter, if you some people call this a double flush cutter, because you've got one. It's almost like a pair of scissors, only it's not scissors because it has this little beak looking thing there. And when you put the memory wire down in there, or any other kind of wire, let's just use something that's here. So okay, let me hold that. When you go to squeeze, see, it cuts that right off. And you do have, I would say it's quarter semi double flush, because there's definitely going to be a little bit of stretching and tearing as it gets down to the point where it's going to break, the piece is going to come off. So that's an absolute must-have. And then, as Sarah was saying, round nose pliers. The cool thing about round nose pliers too, or most round nose pliers, is there's also a little space in here that you can grab and do some twisting and turning. This is a good way if you wanted to have just a bend back. So you put it down in there. Oops, right. See that?
Mhm.
And you can bend that straight back and then grasp it a little more towards the edge and get that more to where you can get this in here. Not yet.
Watch the camera, Wyatt.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah, I need to be reminded of that. Thank you very much.
It's difficult staying in the
This
camera.
particular pair of pliers won't do that one, but this one will. And you just have to get this down in here to mash this back. And it's not the easiest thing to do. So there's easier ways of finishing the ends, mostly with loops. Okay, there we go.
Got it. Yeah.
So that's a bend back. Bend backs are tough though, because if you try to do it twice, what's going to happen is the piece is going to break off because the memory wire is it's such a high tensile strength that it's brittle.
So what material is memory wire made out of?
Well, this particular memory wire, because it's plated, is made out of carbon steel.
Oh.
Now, we don't make that. We import this.
Okay.
This is the memory wire that we make because it's stainless steel, and Beadalon, aka Wire and Cable Specialties, we're a wire mill. And so we make this right here in Pennsylvania. Actually, right out the doors of my office, there's the factory is running all the time. And the stainless steel is something for, like, if you're going to have people that you make this stuff for that's going to be in the water and, you know, at the beach and stuff like that, stainless steel is a better option because it's solid stainless steel. And a lot of people think that stainless steel does not rust. It actually will rust if it's in the wrong area for too long. What you have is the material, the I can't talk today. The carbon steel has an undercoat that's not painted but plated onto it, and then the outer coat, which is the color, is also plated onto it. So that's all that's keeping the carbon steel from rusting. So at some point actually I can show you. So this was made from it's a switchback day.
Wyatt, you were doing so good. Wanda earlier was saying that your tech skills are just through the roof, and I said we just have the same things. Wyatt, you're doing great.
So here, if you look at this bracelet of mine, as soon as
Man of many talents.
It on the end, let's see, come on, focus.
It's too excited with all the stuff around your desk, the camera.
Yeah, I have to really try to avoid being able to see all the other stuff for it to really, you can't really see it. It's not focusing right now. Maybe I'm moving too much. At any rate, what I was going to try to show you is that you can see the copper underplating on this from where I wear this, because I wear this a lot. And the ends have now completely, all of the plating is gone. And now we're down to the copper, which is the underplate of this. And you can see it. And eventually, the copper will also wear off. And then you will see just the carbon steel, and that actually can rust. So the plated stuff isn't the greatest for the beach. I mean, it will last, you know, a decent amount of time, but the stainless steel is really more for beach wear. That's what I'm trying to get out. The unfortunate part about the stainless is, well, of course, this I use the gray that's just beautiful, and I'm going to get the name, since I botched the first one so badly.
Yellow stuff. Go find us that gray schmutz, Wyatt.
Yeah, This is the green. This was the green sage, and you can see
Great.
the stainless is perfect
It looks really good.
for this. Just absolutely perfect, and even upside down. You know, it's another bracelet, but it's really cool.
I
So,
want to see the stainless steel with that blue strand. Yes, we are on the same wavelength. So delicious.
all right, let's see. Where's my stainless steel? Do we want a necklace or do we want a bracelet?
Well, Motorcrafts is asking, can that necklace wire be turned into a loop like on the bracelet? Like if you can do the, I think what you're asking, and correct me if I'm wrong, Motor, is that if we can do like the loops as like spacer sections throughout the necklace?
Yeah, the big one is he talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
we did that.
oh, at the
So
end of it.
yes, you definitely can, and I'll show you again. On we'll use this. This is a remembrance memory wire. That's the one that you know is made of stainless.
Okay.
Our brand is called Remembrance. So, and this is a little bit smaller, and sometimes you get pieces in here. It's because we sell it by weight. So I'm gonna make a pretty big lunge over here.
Remember.
And just come in here with my cutter.
Oh, Laura's so sweet. Laura says thank you to you, Wyatt. She's in California. What's up, California girl? And she said that this is very valuable info.
Oh, good.
I think so too. Wyatt, you always, every time you come on, you're always so informative with the stuff that you teach us and the information. It's really great.
I kept saying that, I've been in the business for like 35 years, blah, blah, blah. It's 39 years.
Woo!
This year.
That's awesome.
It's just like, how can that be? It shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Now we've just got to see, shall we put, let's see, how are we going to do this? Something in the middle, like that. What do we think of that, Sarah?
I love it.
All right, and then I think we'll put these two in between there. You know what? I think I want to do a stack from the loop that we're going to make on the bottom in the middle of those.
Okay.
All right, so first I'm going to make my loop. So you want to go to about the center. So, yeah, there you go. So you can see the two ends right there, there and there.
Yes.
All right, so you want to put the plier in that place. I think I'm going to do the smaller loop, though.
Come forward a bit more, Wyatt, please.
Oh, yeah, okay. So here, I'm just going to bend this around.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just kind of guiding that other wire. And you want to make absolutely certain that you keep these on the same plane, or as close to the same plane as you can possibly do. What I mean by that, see how much wider that is now? Yeah. So you've got to kind of bend this, overbend it to get it back to about the same plane. Sometimes you can squeeze this down in here, and that helps a little bit, and sometimes it doesn't help. But you can hold it there and then give it a nice twerk. Okay. So now we'll put something off the bottom of that. Now we can load beads on either side to see if we're liking what we're coming up with.
I see where your head is going with this, and I'm very excited, Wyatt.
Yeah, it's I mean, once you get the circle in the center, you can do this and do it again and then do it again and until you get it just to the way you like it. All right, so we put one of those. And how about those little sexy beads, huh?
Woo!
I love those.
I'm blushing.
Well, they are little sexy beads.
Oh, thank you.
I like this nice little swoosh. I love it. And we can cap these two beads off with these sparkly as heck little tiny rondelles. And again, guys, I'm this is all coming from that one strand. She's got everything. It's everything right here ready to go.
I love it.
All right, so now we're gonna, I think that would be a fun dropping off spot. And maybe a larger bead with that on top of it, on top and the bottom. And then maybe one of these beads underneath it. So that's going to be our drop off from the center of the necklace. And to do that, I'm going to grab some, just because it's right here, some 18 gauge artistic silver. And to do that, I'm just going to cut it. Just get me a nice piece. And now I'm going to use my pliers. These are I invented them. I can't even think of the name of them.
Pliers.
The multipliers, yes. So I'm going to make my first loop about there. Bring this around. And make sure to hook it in. If you don't hook it in, you're back to square one. Hook it in there. And then I've got to hold on with this. And then we're going to kind of size that down just a little bit. And adjust it. And then do a wrap or two. And then we want the wrap to be in the back. So I put it there. And we're going to snip it off. And then string on our little grouping, which will be this little oval bead. And then we were going to do this bead.
Wyatt, what gauge wire are you using for this drop?
18.
18.
18 gauge. And then one to cover it. All right, and then lose a couple of beads in the way. So then let's double check what we've got to make sure it's what we like.
Kay is asking, can memory wire be used to create a collar necklace hook that is open in the front on one side? And I would say yes to that.
Oh, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Open look.
You're not limited. You can do whatever, really, whatever you want, that you can figure out how to do it so that you like it.
Yeah, I think Kay, I like the idea of that. That would be really cool with these.
It's just a little bit harder to make bends in the wire that go perpendicular from the side. So it's easier with the curvature of the wire to either go more curvature or back curvature, not to the side, not this way or this way, but this way and that way. You understand that?
I do, yeah. Yeah, it's harder, like you can't really open the wire, like you can't really open the memory wire like a jump ring.
Right, exactly. So it's easier to curve in this direction and against that direction than it is to go this way. But with the smaller memory wire, smaller in diameter that is, it's easier. You just have to make sure that you cover up the sharp edge, because there's really not much you can do. I wish that we had a type of wire rounder that could handle stainless steel or carbon steel. But the one that we have is really made for copper. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's just a little burr end that goes in our battery operated bead reamer and can smooth the ends off of cut wire in copper or brass, but not steel. All right, so we're here. And I think what I want to do is I want to handle the ends of this other thing so I don't lose more beads, because I lost these little beads. All right, so we've got that little loop on there, And we've got the 2 sparklies on the end of that. Do you think we should stay with that, or should we put some more?
Some more beads going down the front area.
No, on the necklace itself.
I don't know why. Sometimes more is more.
Yeah, you have more beads, so let's pop one of those guys on.
I just recently on Facebook started following this interior design maximalism group, which I'd never heard. I've heard of the term minimalism, but I'd never heard of maximalism.
I've not heard that one.
It definitely plays to the tune of my soul. Patterns and colors and just like woo.
More and more. More is better.
I love it.
All right, so we'll put that on there. We'll put this on here. And we've sort of rearranged it a little bit. How's that? You think we need to go more?
I think it looks good. Wanda says more, like roar.
All right, Wanda, this is for you.
Meredith says more is always more. Okay, good. So we all agree.
Everybody's in agreement there. All right, so I think we're going to stop there. And then just so you can see how to just make a loop, I'm going to do a loop on this end. And then we can cut it off if we decide. I just grab this way down deep, not up here. Up here, it's going to bend that end. And I'm going to go for a big loop. And again, I'm going to curve it against the curve for this. And then just make sure and bring this all the way so that that's at a close. And then if you want that another direction, you can just grasp it here and then just go like this. And you've got it so that it's centered on the wire instead of being a golf club. It's more of an eye loop. And then you could actually open this up and put a bead in there. Let's just go ahead and do that. This is something I want everybody to watch carefully as soon as I find the right plier, because now I need a chain nose. And of course I don't have one. Interesting. I need one because Meredith and I are going to be having a little challenge on our Facebook Live at 2 o'clock today, where we're going to open stuff that Yvette has got for us and have a little design challenge. Kind of like this one, because the beads got here like 35 minutes before we went on air. All right, so I'm just going to use this. Let me just open this up, and I'm going to capture the bead into the hole. Not there yet. Can't see. All right, there we go. And then push this back carefully.
Yeah, Wyatt, can you bring that up to what is going on here with that bead?
So I just put this bead, which is a fabulous bead that's got little sparkles all over it.
Okay.
And then a tube for where you're gonna put the you're gonna string it. And then I just put it right there. You could also wire wrap this, or you could have put beads on it as well. But see, that's going to go nowhere. It's there. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a little unfinished, but if you had a different bead, which I have beads all over the place here, like something like this, you could do that as well. Let's do that on the other side just for fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make space for it and just bend this straight up and then look to see how far it needs to go over and kind of roll this over. See how good I got it. Pretty close. And then we've got to make one more bend, hopefully just at the right spot. It's tough to hold on to once you get down to the nitty-gritty here. Okay. Now that I've got that started, I should be able to go back and make that bend a little bit better. Down. All right, now we can take and capture this bead into here. Like so. Now, it would have been better if I would have got that downspout back a little bit. But it's amazing that these things will actually stay on here. You gotta get the bend just right, and make sure it's not climbing like this one's doing. But because I have a long enough stem inside, it will hold. I could also use one of the bail making pliers to make that loop. Let's do that so everybody can see it. I'm gonna get a little short here. Well, let me finish this first. Then we'll go back to that, because I want to show you an easy thing to finish something like this off that really looks cool. All right, so I'm going to cut it off just at some random length. This particular length happens to be about a little over 1.25 inches. Okay, so now on the very end, I'm going to grasp this in here and bend it, and then bring it back, squeeze it, so that that just folds down just like that. Then come in here and cut off half of that little leg. Okay, so we have a little teeny tiny hook. Then you're going to squeeze that down a little bit more, and then put it into the curve of this bent chain nose. And you're going to squeeze and twist. Squeeze and twist, and just coil up a nice little coil under your drop, so that you have a nice little finial on here. And it could be big, it could be small. You're going to see what a roughly a little over 1.25 inch will do. Okay, so we don't want it to be a golf club, so we want to just pinch and pull back so that we center this guy actually to a right angle, and then roll it up to center it, and then double check to see if it's in the right direction, which it's not quite in the right direction. What I mean by that is, when this is being worn, you want it to have the drop down here to be flat like that, so you can see it. Okay, so there is the approximation of our piece, and it's still not setting right. Let's just try that. There you go. All right, so was the idea for that one. Great idea. Great colors too, Sarah.
Oh man, Wyatt. I just this is why Jesse James Beads and Beadalon love each other so much, because design the beautiful beads, and then the wire and the design skills that you guys possess just make the beads come to life. Look at that thing. I love it. I love it.
All right, let's see. Did we have any other questions, Sarah, that you know of that needed to be answered?
Yeah, I did. There is one here, actually. I have to scroll on back to Kay had a question regarding the wire. Okay. The wire that you were saying can potentially rust over time. Kay asked, would a couple coats of clear nail polish or something like mini wax polyacrylic prevent the plating loss and the rust oxidation?
It won't prevent it. It will just lengthen the life of it.
Oh, okay.
Clear nail polish tends to get a little messy on wire. That's what I'll say about that. I mean, it will help, but let's face it, memory wire jewelry should be jewelry that's made for, a season or something like that. You know what I mean? Unless you have the ability to restring it. It's not like with pearls, but it's almost like pearls. You know, you have to get your pearls restrung. It
Oh,
really should happen every year because, you know, schmutz gets on the pearls and the beads and the everything. I mean, just look at your watch on the underside, you know, sometimes it can get really dirty and it needs to be cleaned, and sometimes the stringy material needs to be replaced. So that's always something to think about. But if you know that the person is going to be wearing the stuff at the beach, which I think almost all of us love to go to the beach. I always have stainless steel on when I'm at the
and
beach.
I love to wear jewelry at the beach. Earrings, necklace, let's go.
Definitely. And you know, with the stainless steel, you really don't have to worry about that for a very long time.
Cool. And even if you do need to restring it, the memory wire is really it comes in at a really good price. So
Yes.
if something happened and you didn't like the way that the memory wire turned, like after a season, you're going into 2022 or the end of, you know, next summer, then you just restring it back up.
Yep.
That's what I
Makes it pretty easy to do, actually.
Oh, you guys are really sweet. Thank you for the compliments on my hair.
You guys
Why?
see the purple?
Yes, it's a whole new do.
That looks great.
Thank you. It's a purple day. So I gotta
This is
say,
a purple day.
it goes with I have to bring this one up. So Wyatt, I saw you get out the 18 gauge wire to do the little pendant dangle. Actually, can you hold it up real quick? The necklace is made. That turned out good. I like it. I love it.
These beads are delish.
So 18 gauge wire is a tricky one to work with. It's tough, it's stubborn. You have to really tell it what to do to make it do what it do. This summer at summer camp 2021, Wyatt is going to be doing the whip and twirl wire bracelet. If you have this handy, I should have asked you beforehand.
I do have it handy, and I know where it is. Meredith, yes, I know where it is.
So this is the bracelet that Wyatt will be teaching at summer camp. Here, let's get this one live and alive. Yes. So summer camp is our week-long virtual online camp. We have got 8 instructors. We have 9 classes, 2 special events. Meredith is teaching 2. Wyatt is teaching this beautiful bracelet that he's holding up right now. And we're going to learn how to make 18 gauge behave and do all these beautiful twists and turns to create this gorgeous bracelet. I'm so excited for this one, Wyatt.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be really fun, and we'll show you how to lengthen it if it needs to be longer or shorten it.
Oh, awesome!
It's all pretty easy to calculate once you're working on it. You will need to have round nose pliers, bent chain nose pliers is best, or if you have the multiplier, you can certainly use that one, and a cutter, and then everything else will be provided.
Yeah, everything comes in your kit. You get the beads, you get the wire, you get spools of product. We've got stuff from all different vendors. There's Tierra Cast, Dakota Stones, Beadalon, Jesse James Beads, Mayuki, Toho, the Hemp Beadery.
Yeah, it's been this is the second annual, right?
This is the second annual summer camp, and we thought, you know, like everything's opening back up. Do we want to do summer camp again? And then it was like, no. Last year was so much fun. There was so much that was learned. We've have a bunch of new teachers that are like just the spectrum of technique and skills that are going to be taught at this year's camp is just like through the roof. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's you know, when you first told me about it, I thought, no, you know, that's kind of a little shaky. It was so much fun. And the people, oh my gosh, for the different companies, people to kind of mingle is always fun. That was really great. And some of the ladies, and then you become pen pals, and I had 2 of the best pen pals in the world. Thanks to both of them. They know who they are. I'm in for the rest of the time that I can still do jewelry.
That just makes my heart go a flutter, Wyatt.
Well, it's great, and I always tell Sarah, and I'll tell everybody else that she's the future of these businesses. You know, she's the young one in our group, so and has lots of energy and gets things done.
Thanks, Wyatt. I just, I love my job. I love this industry. I love the brands that we work with, and I love our fans, the jewelry designers, our customers.
Yeah.
This is like, we're all in this together. One could not happen without the other. And it's just so awesome to come up with ideas and have our friends and our fans respond to them and just keep on chugging along.
And well, it figured out how we could come together in a fakakta of a world. You know, the world kind of went south on all of us, and we figured out a way, or somebody figured out a way, that we could all be together again from our own homes safely.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're about to get through it, and I cannot wait until
It's
trade
like,
shows again. I need to see my peeps.
no, I'm excited to see what is to come for Tucson next year. And there's some fun planning in the wings that
Yes.
we'll let everyone know about as it fully develops. But man, oh man, I can't wait. I just can't wait to hug and squeeze you all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we just determined today that we're going to be in a trade show in August. So that's going to happen very quickly for us, which I'm so excited for. Just to get out there and see people again and just be together.
To get out there and see people again. But honestly, like this with coronavirus and this entire year of quarantine, there are some significant silver linings. And one of them has been that like we for this industry have seen more of each other online, albeit, but more of each other this year than we have in the past. And this has it's been really nice to stay connected with our industry friends. It's been really awesome to get to know our friends from all different corners of the world here in shared space. So for that silver lining, I'm grateful.
Me too. And here's to a whole bunch more fun.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll let you get out of here. Thank you so much for this amazing, amazing tutorial. So much information always whenever you come on board with us. Thank you.
My pleasure, and see everybody soon, hopefully.
Yes, we'll see everybody. Don't forget to tune in for Beadalon, Wyatt White, and Meredith doing their challenge today at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's coming up in 2 hours.
And it's stuff that we don't know what it is. We were sworn to not open anything. I've been feeling it, but I can't feel anything. It's driving me crazy.
I'm setting my clock. I always end up missing the Beadalon 2 o'clock. I'm going to set a reminder so I can at least catch some of it. And guys, don't forget to sign up for Jesse James Beads Summer Camp. There's a link here in the comments. You can go to jessijamesbeads.com and get all the information there and find out what we're about to be doing. Wyatt, thank you for today. And thank you also for what's coming for summer camp. I'm so excited, and it's always a treat to have you here, my friend.
Oh, my pleasure. Take care.
All
Bye,
right. I'll give him your best.
Okay.
I don't know.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye now.